Well, Santa Claus came a little early this year. My birthday's actually earlier in this month, and one of the surprises I got is I got a Yaesu FTM-10R, and we'll kind of go over it. It's a dual band receiver. It's a 2 meter, 70 meter, and it is a neat little radio. I actually have the faceplate separate right now. It is a complete waterproof unit, and the neat thing is I can mount the actual body of the amplifier and all the main works in there. And then I actually have the longer cord hooked up right now. The head unit and everything is also completely waterproof, so in order to change out things you actually have to unscrew it, get to the inside, and make sure the gaskets are all in place when you put it back together. But I was curious, I actually have the longer, this is like a 10-foot control cable. It actually has sort of a network cable on the end that pops right into the front of the main body here. And some really interesting features are this head unit is self-contained. There is a push to talk and a microphone in here, so you don't actually need a microphone. And I will tell you, if you're looking into these, it doesn't come with a microphone. The microphone is separate. They have two versions. One is called their 3-button, the other one's called their, I think, 16-button, that has a numerical pad here. So this one basically just has the program feature up and down and a side mic. And the little bit strange version is, the strange thing about this is the mic input is on the back. So what a lot of guys do, and I'll show you at a later date, is you attach a adapter to the bottom of here, and you can actually have the mic input right in the front of this faceplate. The nice feature is I can hide this under my seat, behind my dash, somewhere where it would be almost impossible to steal. Now they could probably just cut this cord and steal the faceplate, but it wouldn't do them any good without the main body of the unit. So you can keep it completely separate. Also, depending on how you have this guy mounted and how accessible this is, you could just undo it, put this in your bag, and take it in, and no one would be the wiser of if you have a ham radio. Like I said, it is waterproof and dustproof, so it's perfect for Jeeps. This setup is very good for motorcycles as well. So down the road, if I sort of outgrow this radio, you know, I can go to a higher, version of it. And if I try the Ducati in for some sort of adventure bike, KTM or something like that I'm looking at, then I can add this onto the bicycle. This unit can hide somewhere under the seat, and then this is all the faceplate that I need. It also has a Bluetooth adapter, which is very handy. You can put just a Bluetooth earpiece in. Has a charging base, so you can fit the earpiece and charge it, which is, I think, a very cool feature. It does AM and FM. So my thoughts are, I am going to install this right where my stereo is. My stereo is a regular CD player. It has a audio in, 3.5 millimeter jack for your MP3 players and such like that. And other than the radio and the MP3 player, I don't usually use the CD player that much since it's an old truck. The CD player on roads skips a lot, so unless you're just around town, the CD player is almost useless in the mountains. So it's either MP3 or radio. I will be keeping the CB in the Scout, but like I said, I'm gonna kind of install this. This has external jack out, and I'm gonna run the external jack to RCA units, RCA into the amplifier for my radio that I have set up right now into my two speakers. And essentially, I'm going to try to replace the radio. Now, there's some people on the forums that were talking about the external speakers for CBs and ham radios are specifically tuned for the human voice, and so they were saying a lot of people were trying to put in tweeters and stuff like that for external speakers. I think my 5 1/4s are just fine. They should work fine. I can sort of tweak the frequency and low pass, high pass through my amplifier for my stereo currently. So what I'm going to do is just run the signal out of this into the amplifier, the amplifiers to the speakers, and I'll have AM FM radio, and then you can also set it to auto select. Now it only does one channel, but I can monitor say a local repeater but have my radio on, and if anybody comes on that repeater, it will cut the FM off, it'll go to that band, and then if anyone's done talking, you can either have it set to switch back, or you can have it set to automatically stay there, just in case, somebody's trying to say something else, and that's kind of a neat feature. We're just going to be learning. I'm going to try and take you through installing this guy. It's not quite as simple as installing a CB. I also have a Larson antenna that we'll be doing, and that's a little bit different, a little bit more involved with that. CBs can kind of get away with leaving a little bit extra coil, antenna, coax. With ham radios, you really don't want to. So more than likely, we're going to get the antenna put on the bumper. We're going to wire it through the firewall to this radio, and then we're actually going to build the connector to the exact length to where we mount the main body of the unit. So this is just an introductory little video. I got to decide where I'm going to put it, how it's going to be installed, and test some stuff, but I was waiting for my antenna to show up, just because you really don't want to have any of these radios on or powered, especially transmitting, if you don't have an antenna going through them. It does do 5 watts on the low end. You can get up to 40 watts and 50 watts depending on what band you're in. So it really does some nice powerful transmissions. I do not have my license yet, but this is a great kick in the pants to start studying, and I'll fill you in on what I've been doing here. So I know this probably won't be too clear. Trying to stay a little bit further away from the laptop. The one I've been using, I haven't got any books. I really enjoyed this. I found this years ago when I was going to get my ham license, and then that sort of dropped off. Is Ham Test Online. And the website is actually hamradiolicenseexam.com. And this is just the study mode, and this allows more explanation of what's going on. And I'll insert a picture. I actually just set up the practice exam, told that I wanted to do the whole kit and caboodle, meaning it could pull from any subject matter. And the first one I failed. Second one I only failed by 1 question, and third time I passed. And some of the questions it repeats, it also, when you get it wrong, it'll give you the correct answer, so that's also a great learning tool. And in the study mode, like I said, it talks about current, and then it explains what a current is. So this is really kind of an in-depth stuff. If you're already kind of in, like me, I sort of know electronics already, I sort of know a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So the practice exams were pretty good for me. There are a few things where I got the answers right, but I wasn't sure why I got it right. So that's why I'm in the study mode here. I'm going to go back and go through some practice questions to kind of get explanations of certain things, because even though I got it right and the answer made sense to me, I don't know, I guess, the deeper reason why I got it right. It just made sense that that was the correct answer and I got it right. So I want to know actually why it was right. But this is a very good free Ham Test Online. I believe you can pay for a subscription and it'll track you a little bit better, but the free one is working pretty well. I imagine the paid subscription will go into more depth and probably cover more questions that might be on the test. But like I said, having a radio in your hand, even if you set it up and you get the installation done, please do a little research on it, because like I said, it's not quite as simple as a CB, and as I install mine into the Scout, I will take you guys along, and hopefully that will help somebody. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure we can get it done right. Thanks for watching.